I see.
So, average, normal. If you say decent, decent would mean, if you wanted to use it, would mean good. I've had a decent week. But if you just want to say normal, then like I say, you would say average or so or okay are the easiest ones.
I see. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, Michael. Anytime. Okay. So let's see, who else have we got? Hello, Tang. Hello, Tang. Can you hear me? I can't hear you, Tang, if you can hear me. And who else can I see? Tone. Hello, Tang. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
How are you, Tang?
Yeah, I'm good.
I can hear you now. Good, good. Can you turn your camera on, please?
Yeah, I just closed the door.
That's fine. Thank you, Tang. Good English, Tang. Perfect English. I just closed the door. Perfect English. Okay, so I can see Tang. Who else can I see? Duk Nia. Hi, Duk Nia. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine. And you?
Good, thank you. Have you had a good week, Duk Nia?
Let's say it's pretty it's decent. Yeah, not that
Pretty
good,
decent.
not that bad.
Okay, that's interesting. I've just been discussing the use of the word decent with one of the other students, Michael. So decent, if you're going to use, people don't usually say decent week in English countries, but if you do use it, it means good. So if you want to say your week has just been average or normal, you would say something like so or okay. All right, so or okay or average. Does that make sense, Duk Nia?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. So what sort of week have you had? A good week or an average week or a bad week? What would you say?
An average week, I guess.
Average week. Okay, good. Average is a very common word to use when describing something in most English-speaking countries. Everyone knows what you mean when you say average. I've had an average week. Means not good, not bad. Okay, hello, Tuk Lin.
Hi. Sure.
Hi, how are you, Tuk Lin?
I'm great.
Good. How has your week been?
I think last week is my productive week.
Okay. You say last week was a productive week. A productive
Was
week.
my productive week.
Last week was, or this week. We're talking about this week, aren't we? This week.
Yes, this
Yes.
week.
Yeah. So you'd say this week has been productive.
Mm.
This week has been productive. That's what you say. This week has been productive. I'm glad to hear it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Hello, Tone.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Good. Hello, Cho Zhang.
Hi, teacher.
How are you, Cho Zhang?
I'm fine. Thank you.
Okay, that's good. Cho Zhang, can you please pull your camera down a little bit so I can see a little bit more of your face? Please. Thank you, Cho Zhang. Okay, what is one thing you've done this week, Cho Zhang?
So like I haven't had anything to complete, but like I
Sorry,
can't
you haven't had anything to what?
to complete. Like it just
In a,
happened very basic.
okay, so nothing unusual this week. Is that right, Chojang?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Okay, hello, Hakan. Hello, Hakan. Can you hear me, Hakan? Maybe not. Okay, I'll come back to you. Tuk Lin, a little bit of interference with your signal.
Oh, I think my cameras have some problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, Michael, yours is good this week. No problem so far with your camera. Your
I
camera
hope
is good
I
so
hope
far. Cross
yeah.
fingers. Okay, cross fingers. Okay. All right, everybody. Hakan, can you hear me now?
Hear you.
Hello, Hakan, can you hear me?
Yes.
Khánh ơi, máy sao thế hả Khánh? Okay. Yes.
Okay. Is your camera working, Hakan? Can I see you, please? Okay, that's great. Good to see you, Hakan. All right, everybody, welcome to class. I hope we've got an interesting one coming your way today. I hope you are going to learn some interesting things. What we're going to do from now on, by the way, is we're going to mainly concentrate on both speaking and writing task 2. We haven't done writing task 2 for a long time, and we haven't done much speaking. So for the next wee while, we're going to concentrate on those 2 things. And first of all, though, I will just have a quick review of writing task 1, the vegetable table, which I'm sure you're all very tired of looking at the vegetable table. So we will have one last look a little later on, and then we will forget about writing task 1 for a while. But first, I will just share the screen with you, and I will show you today's lesson plan. Does anyone have any questions for me before we start this afternoon's lesson? Any questions? Okay. Tuk Lin.
Yes.
Hi, can you please read this week's fun phrase?
This fun phrase of the week, under the weather. Yeah.
Keep going, please.
Okay, yes. If someone is under the weather, they are feeling ill. If someone says they are feeling under the weather, your response should be, I hope you feel better. Not, would you like to borrow my umbrella?
Okay, good, good. Have you heard this before, Tuk Lin, this phrase, under the weather?
Yes, I have heard
You're
it
familiar.
before.
Okay, good, good. I'm sure many of you may have heard it before, but I mention it just in case some of you haven't. So under the weather is a very common idiomatic phrase in English, just meaning you are not feeling very well. Tuknia.
Yes.
Can you remember what a food coma is?
It's when like you eat too much food and you fell asleep. I
Very
remember
good. Yeah, that's right. That's right. You fall asleep or you feel sick. You feel sick because you've eaten too much. You are in a food coma. That's very good. Tone.
Yeah.
Can you remember what the phrase "not out of the woods yet" means?
The goods or the goods.
Sorry, Tone, I couldn't quite hear that.
Not out the goods or the goods.
Word. Not out of the woods yet. Not out of the woods.
I can't remember.
You can't remember. Okay. Chojang.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, Chojang. Can you remember what the phrase "not out of the woods yet" means?
I have no idea.
Okay, this is last week's fun phrase. Remember, Hakan.
Hello.
Hello. Can you remember what the phrase "not out of the woods yet" means?
Mean you still have ideas?
Not you still have ideas. I'm just changing this because I misspelt it.
Oh.
Not out of the woods yet. Okay,
Okay.
Michael, can you remember?
Not out of the word.
Yeah. If someone says to you, "We're not out of the woods yet," what do they mean?
Does it mean that you haven't gotten out of it yet?
Haven't gotten out of what? Michael, can you remember?
The problems.
Yes, yes. It means you are still having some problem or you are still in trouble. Okay, very good, Michael, for remembering. So remember, woods is another word, is a synonym for forest or a lot of trees. And if you are lost in a forest or lost in the trees, it means you have a problem, of course. And that's what this phrase means. It's very common idiomatic phrase. If you say we're not out of the woods yet, it means we're still in trouble. We still have a problem. The example I used last week was the government says the economy of Vietnam is not out of the woods yet. It means there's still some problem in the economy. So not out of the woods yet just means we still have a problem. Okay. And it's supposed to, it comes from like if you are lost in the forest, okay, you have a problem. That's where the phrase comes from. Okay, so food coma is one phrase, not out of the woods yet. And this week's fun phrase, under the weather, which just means I'm feeling sick. Okay, let's look at this week's food quick word challenge. So please look at each of these sentences. Tell me which phrase is correct. I'm going to ask each of you in turn. Hung, I'm going to start with you, please. Looking at number 1. Can you please read number 1, Tang, all of it? Hello, Tang.
Thắng ơi. Thắng. Okay. He can
Hello?
hear.
There,
Can you hear
Tang.
me now?
Okay.
I can hear you now, yeah. Okay. Can you please read sentence 1, Tang, all of it?
Bored or boring. It was a long boat journey, or it was a long boring journey. To after
Okay.
or about.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Tang, just number 1. Thank you. Just number 1. And which one, Tang, is correct? Which one is the correct phrase? A long bored journey or a long boring journey? Which one is correct?
It is a boring journey.
Okay. Tone, which one is correct?
It is boring.
Duknia, which one is correct?
Or boring, I think.
Tuklin,
Boring.
Chojang,
Yes, I'm here.
which one is correct, Chojang?
Mm,
Hello, Chojang. We're looking at sentence number 1. Sentence number 1.
a bored journey. Bored with eating.
Yes, so which one do you think is correct? Bored or boring?
Bored.
Bored, you say, okay. Hakan. Hakan.
I think it's boring.
Okay, Michael.
It was a long, boring journey.
Okay, and Zung Ha. Have you just joined us, Zung Ha?
Hi,
Hi, Zung Ha. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good, good. Welcome to
Dương
class.
Dương Hải, Phú Thành, they are sounding ready. Thank you.
Okay, and Putang. Okay, Zung Ha and Putang, can you please turn your cameras on? So I can see you. Hello, Putang.
Maybe he's logging in.
Still logging in. Okay. All right. I can see you, Zung Ha. Thank you. So, Zung Ha, sentence number 1. Okay. Which phrase is correct? Sorry, Zung Ha, you have your microphone off.
I think it's boring. It was a
Boring.
long trip. I joined.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. And Putang, can you hear me? Hello, Putang. Okay. Still can't hear me. All right. The correct phrase is long, boring journey. It was a long, boring journey. A lot of students I've talked to, they get confused between bored and boring. One easy way to remember, bored is a feeling that you have. Boring is how you describe something. Okay, so you can say that I'm bored. The class is bored. The children are bored because it is raining outside. They are feelings that you have, but boring is to do with something. So the movie was boring. The book was boring. The TV series was boring. Teacher Rick's class wasn't boring. Okay, I hope that's true. So remember, boring is what you use to describe something. Bored is when you describe how you or someone else is feeling. That's how you tell the difference between them. Okay, so long, boring journey. Okay, Putang, can you hear me? Putang. Okay, Michael.
Yes.
Number 2, please, Michael. Can you read it all for me? Can you read the whole thing?
After or about. I called after my sister, but she couldn't hear me. Or I called about my sister, but she couldn't hear me.
Okay, which one is correct? After or about?
I think it's after.
Hello,
Hello?
Tang. Yeah, Tang. Hello,
Hello?
Tang. Yeah, hello, Tang. I can hear you now. After or about?
I think after.
Okay, Tone. After or about?
I think after.
Duknia. After or about?
I think is about.
About. Tuklin. Tuklin.
Oh, yes, I choose about.
Chojang. Which one? Hakan. Okay, thank you. Hakan. Hakan.
About.
Zungha. Zungha.
After.
And Putang. Can you hear me yet? Still not. Okay, the correct answer is after. I called after my sister, but she couldn't hear me. I called about my sister, that part of the sentence is correct, but if you add the other part to it, it makes the sentence wrong or incorrect. I called about my sister, but she couldn't hear me. Doesn't make sense. To call after someone means you call after someone who is maybe leaving your house or leaving the room, something like that, and you call after them. Oh, hey, just a moment. Excuse me. There was something I wanted to ask you. That's when you call after someone. I mean, someone is leaving the room that you are in and you call after them to get their attention. To call about someone is when you talk to maybe your mother about your sister or brother. Okay, so it has a different meaning. So you can call about. I called about my sister, but you can't say I called about my sister, but she couldn't hear me. You have to say I called after my sister, but she couldn't hear me. So to call after someone means to try and get someone's attention who has already left you. I hope that makes sense. All right, number 3, tongue.
Hello.
Yeah, hello,
Yes.
tongue. Can you read number 3, please?
On or two, the car was hard to park and maneuver.
Yeah.
The car was hard to park and maneuver. I don't know how to read that one.
Which one is correct?
I think it's 2.
Okay. By the way, I'll explain this word. Maneuver. This word here. You can probably tell by the spelling is a French word. Okay, maneuver. It means to move something. Maneuver means to move. And the use of the French word in English is very common. So maneuver just means to move or shift something about. For example, if you play chess, for those of you who play the game chess, you maneuver the chess pieces around the board. You move the chess pieces around the board. So maneuver is a more formal synonym for move. Okay, so Tang said 2. Tone, what do you say?
It was hard to park. It's 2.
Okay. Duk near, 2 or on.
I choose 2.
Duk Lin,
2.
Cho Zhang. Hakan,
I choose 2.
Zung Ha,
2.
Michael.
I choose 2.
Okay, Bhutan, can you hear me yet? Okay, the correct answer, you are all right, is 2. The car was hard to park and maneuver. And please remember, maneuver is just a formal synonym for move, moving things around, maneuver. Okay, very good, 100% for number 3. Number 4, tone. Can you read the sentence, please, Tone? Can you read the sentence?
I agree with him that there is a best solution, or I agree to him that there is a best solution.
What do you think?
I think it's good. I agree with him that there is
Okay.
a best solution.
Okay, you say with Duk near.
Yes.
Which one, Duk near, with or to?
With.
Okay, Tuk Lin.
With.
Ko Zhang.
With.
Hakan.
With. I choose with.
Zung Ha.
With.
Michael.
I choose with.
And Tang.
It is with.
Okay, again, you are all correct. Well done. I agree with him, not I agree to him. Must be with. The collocation is I agree with him, not I agree to him. Good. Okay, one more of these. See if we can all get 100% again. Last one. Duknia, can you read the sentence, please?
She was furious that the news had leaked out, or she was furious about the news that leaked out. I choose about.
You choose about, Duknia.
Yeah.
Okay, Tuklin.
I choose about.
Cho Zhang. Hello, Cho Zhang.
Choose about.
About. Okay. Hakan. Hakan.
I think it's about.
Zung Ha.
About.
Michael.
I choose about.
Hung.
About.
Okay, and Tone.
I choose that.
Okay, Tone was the only one who chose that, and that is correct. Well done, Tone. All right, she was furious that the news had leaked out. Not she was furious about the news had leaked out. And again, this is a little bit tricky because you can have the phrase she was furious about. Furious, by the way, in case you don't know, furious means very, very angry. Furious is a synonym just meaning you are very, very angry or someone is very angry. So she was furious about, this part is correct, okay? But the rest of the sentence makes it incorrect. You can't be furious about the news that had leaked out. You have to be furious that the news had leaked out. Okay, so again, you have to read the entire sentence before you decide which one is correct. So once again, I know it's a little bit confusing. You can be furious about something, but not the way this sentence is constructed. Okay, you have to
Okay,
use
can
the
you,
word that.
sorry teacher, can you give me 1 minute to remind them? Teacher, okay. Yes,
Sure.
mà lý do tại sao mọi người cho biết là mỗi mình toàn chọn được that, tất cả mọi người chọn là about không? Mọi người để ý cái là chẳng như là nếu mà đằng sau about thì đấy thì nó chỉ là một danh từ hoặc là với cụm danh từ ấy, hiểu chưa? Thế còn đây là gì nhỉ? Cái furious about là that, đằng sau that phải là một mệnh đề. Đấy là lý do tại sao có một mình toàn chọn đúng mà các bạn vẫn chọn sai nhá. Okay, thank you, teacher.
Thank you, Mrs. Ha. Thank you.
Because maybe they didn't understand very well about that.
Yes.
The reason why they choose that or about. So I
Right.
reminded them already. Okay, thank you.
No,
Yes.
thank you. Thank you very much for making that clear. Thank you, Mrs. Ha. Putan, can you hear me yet? I can see you on Zoom, Putan, but I can see your name on Zoom. I can't see your picture or I can't hear you, Putan. Okay, so you've sent me in chat. All right. Okay, so you can hear me, I can't hear you, and your camera and microphone aren't working. Sorry, I missed the chat. Thank you, Putan. Thank you for letting me know. Okay. All right. Now we're going to look at the word formation, unless anyone has any questions about this. Tuklin. Hi, Tuklin.
Yes.
What does maneuver mean? What does maneuver mean? Can you remember this word?
Is a move.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for paying attention. Maneuver is just a formal word for move. If you can maneuver your car or maneuver your motorcycle, okay? Or you can even maneuver your books around the desk, just means to move. Thank you, Tuklin. All right, looking at the word formation now. Again, we'll just do this quickly. Okay, and we are going to start from number 15. Cho Zhang. Cho Zhang. Hello, Cho Zhang. Can you hear me, Cho Zhang? I can't hear you.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, Cho Zhang, do you remember what to do?
Inform the word.
Yes, that's right. You have to change the form of the word. So we're starting at number 15, please, Cho Zhang. 15.
The less desired reasons.
Can you read all the sentence, please?
It's important to also see the less desired sides of the job.
Okay, not that word. Not that word. Hakan. Hakan.
I think it is important to also see the less the narrative.
No. What is the adjective? What is the adjective? Zungha. Zungha.
Yes.
Number 15.
It's important to also see the less the desired size of the art desired size
Oh,
of the job.
okay. I thought you would all know this one, but this is interesting. This is good. There's something you don't know. So not that, Zungha. Sorry, Michael.
I think it's desirable.
Is correct. Can you please read the sentence, Michael?
It's important to also see the less desirable sides of the job.
Correct. Thank you, Michael. So everyone, the word is desirable. 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 So something that is desirable is something that is attractive, something that people want. Okay, so if something is less desirable, it means it's not very attractive or is something people don't want. So the less desirable sides of a job would be the sides of a job that maybe are hard work or not fun or are not very interesting. Okay, that is what less desirable means. Okay, so desirable was the missing adjective for that one. All right, where do we get up to? Tongue, number 16, please. 16, Tongue.
I was surprised at his refusal to give up.
Not refusion, Tongue. Good try, but not refusion. Tone.
I was surprised at his refusing.
At his refusing to give up. No, not this one, Tone. Not refusing. Duknia. Duknia.
I was surprised at his refusal to give up.
Is correct. Thank you, Duknia. The word, everyone, is refusal. Refusal. If you are having trouble, by the way, if you're not sure of these words, I will put them on chat if you want. Please tell me if you are not familiar with the word. So refusal to give up. I was surprised at his refusal to give up, which means, of course, that I was surprised that he didn't want to give up. He refused. He said no to giving up, means he wanted to keep going. So refusal is the word we needed. Okay. Thank you, Duknia. Tuk Lin. Tuk Lin. Number 17.
Yes.
17.
Children are by nature unaware of danger.
Correct. Well done, Tuk Lin. Okay, so it is the opposite in this case. The opposite of aware is unaware. Children are by nature unaware of danger. Thank you, Tuk Lin. Cho Zhang.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, number 18, Cho Zhang.
She is always respectful towards her parents.
She is always respective towards her parents. Not respect. Yeah, respective. Not respective. Sorry, Cho Zhang. Not respective. Hakan. Hakan.
Respects, respectively.
Okay, no. So it's not respectively and it's not respective. Not respectively or not respective. Zung Ha.
Respectful.
Okay, can you read me the sentence, please?
She is always respectful towards her parents.
Is correct. Well done, Zung Ha. Okay, she is always respectful towards her parents. Always respectful towards her parents. Okay, next one. Michael.
Yes,
Number 19. 19, please.
the hospital was the best medical equipment and fast ambulance.
Okay, very good, Michael. The hospital has the best medical equipment. Equipment is the noun. The best medical equipment and fast ambulances. Thank you, Michael. Okay, Tang. Tang. Hello, Tang. Where's Tang gone? Hello, Tang. Okay, can't see him. All right, Tone. Tone.
Yeah.
All right, Tone.
No.
Number 20. Number 20.
Yeah. You can relax in the comfortable surrounding of the hotel.
Almost, Tone. What is missing from your word? Almost.
Things.
Yes, well done, Tone. Okay, surroundings has to be plural. Okay, because surroundings, there are many things, all right, that make you comfortable at the hotel. So number 20, everyone, is surroundings. Surroundings. You can relax in the comfortable surroundings of the hotel. Okay, that's enough of that for the moment. Thank you, everyone. So again, just reminding you, looking at number 15, okay, it's important to see the less desirable sides of the job. I was surprised at his refusal to give up. Children are by nature unaware of danger. She is always respectful towards her parents. The hospital has the best medical equipment and fast ambulances. You can relax in the comfortable surroundings of the hotel. All right, as usual, any questions? Any questions, anyone? All right. So now we're just going to have a quick look at, for the last time, I'm sure all of you will be pleased to know, we're going to have a quick look at the vegetable table. And I know you were asking about this when I talked to you last week, Michael. All right, so here is a model answer for the vegetable table.
Oh.
Okay, this is a model answer I have written. Now, as I'm sure you all remember, we use the acronym POT to answer all these task 1 writing questions. Okay, and POT, of course, stands for paraphrase, overview, and 2 detail paragraphs. Michael, can you tell me, out of these paragraphs, which is the most important one? Can you remember the one you get the most marks for? Can you remember?
I think it's the two detailed paragraph.
It is not the 2 detailed paragraphs.
Or
It is actually the overview paragraph. This paragraph is worth the most marks. And the reason it's worth the most marks is it's because it's the hardest paragraph. And the reason it is the hardest paragraph, because it means you have to show in your answer that you understand what the table or graph or chart is telling you. So just to review this for you, the paraphrase, of course, is just another way of writing the title. Okay, you just write the title, but using different words, just to show your vocabulary. The overview, you must show that you understand what the table is telling you and what the main features are. So the overview, remember, is just a summary of the main features of the table. But you must be able to show in the test that you understand what it is. The detail paragraphs are actually the easiest. And the detail paragraphs are the easiest because all you're doing is choosing some figures from the table and just writing them down. So that's why the overview paragraph is worth the most marks. This is the one you should think about the most. Duknia,
Yes.
do you know, can you remember, I don't know if we've discussed this or not, in the exam, how long you have to complete your answer for this question? You know?
It's like 2 minutes. I don't really remember it.
Okay. Wow. You'd be doing very well if you answered all this question in 2 minutes, Duknia. Okay. No one can write that fast. All right. You have, anyone else tell me, by the way, anyone, how long you have to answer this question in the exam?
20.
About how many?
20.
About
Yes,
25 minutes.
20. 20 is correct, everyone. 20. Well done. 20 is correct. And the reason you have 20 minutes is, remember, for the writing part of the exam, you have 1 hour to do both parts. 1 hour to do both parts. Part 2 is worth twice as many marks as part 1. So, of course, you should spend twice as long doing part 1. Sorry, doing part 2. Sorry to confuse you. Okay, so if you have 1 hour and part 2 is worth twice as many marks, that means you spend 40 minutes on part 2 and 20 minutes on part 1. I hope that makes sense to you all. So again, you spend 20 minutes on answering this question, which means you have 40 minutes left in your hour to answer part 2, because it's worth twice as many marks. And in your 20 minutes, maybe only about 15 you will spend writing this. You probably spend the first 5 minutes analyzing what is in the table and what it actually means and what it's telling you. So then you can write about it. All right. So just looking at this quickly, remembering using POT, paraphrase, overview, to detail paragraphs. My paraphrase is: the table illustrates the amount of potatoes, cabbages, and onions produced in 5 nations, namely, and I've named the 5 nations and when it was. Okay. What is another synonym I could use instead of illustrates? Tuklin.
Demonstrate.
Correct.
Describe.
Thank you. Yes. Very good. Thank you, Tuklin. Okay, so I have used illustrates, but I could also have used describes, demonstrates, or shows. Okay, I could have used any of those. Thank you, Tuklin. You understand. All right, for the overview. All right, it's very simple actually in this table. You look to see, remember, for the overview, you are always looking for something that is the biggest and something that is the smallest. So it's very easy to see that China is the biggest producer of vegetables. That's easy to see, and that Ireland is the smallest producer of vegetables. So that is one part of the overview. And also I've done a second part of the overview where I've said the total amount of vegetables China and Russia produce together is much more than the other 3 countries combined. Okay, you will notice that I've only done 2 sentences for the overview. 2 or 3 is all you need for this. And then the rest of it, the detail paragraphs, you just pick the main, what you think are the main details, and make sure you use some figures. Now, I won't go through this with all of you because I want to get on to our speaking part of the lesson. But remember, you can go back and you can look at this document and the model answer at any time. But the main things to remember, as always, that pot, you remember the word pot to help you answer all these part 1 questions, all right? And pot, of course, means paraphrase, overview, 2 detailed paragraphs. The overview paragraph is the most important paragraph. That's where you get the most marks. And the overview paragraph, you always start it this way. It can be clearly seen that. Okay, you remember this phrase. It can be clearly seen that. And that is an easy way to start any overview paragraph for a part 1 question. Are there any questions about this before we leave part 1? Are there any questions? Anyone not sure? Okay, thank you. Goodbye, part 1. All right, we won't be seeing part 1 for a while now. So, as I said before, what we're going to be doing for our next few lessons is a mix of speaking and part 2 writing. I'm just going to remind you all very quickly. I won't go through all of this, but I want to remind you just what you need to do for the Ielts speaking test. So the speaking test lasts 11 to 14 minutes. Okay, it's in 3 parts. Part 1, you answer general questions about yourself. We're going to practice all of this in just a moment. Part 2, you give a talk for up to 2 minutes. You have 1 minute to prepare your talk. You are given a card with a topic on it. All right, you have to talk about the topic. You have 1 minute, as I say, to prepare, and you should talk for up to 2 minutes without stopping. That is part 2. And part 3, the examiner will ask you questions connected to the topic in part 2. So, for example, if the topic in part 2 is maybe, tell us something exciting you have done with your friends. Okay, that is the topic for part 2. Part 3, the examiner might ask you something like, what do you think makes a good friend? What sort of characteristics? How much? What sort of things would you do for someone who is a good friend? Would you lend them money? Okay, for example. Would you lend them your car? What sort of things would you do to help your friend? What sort of things would make a bad friend? Okay, so the examiner will ask you questions related to your topic in part 2. Are there any questions about that? Okay, so again, to summarize, there are 3 parts to the speaking test. 1 is like an interview where the examiner asks you about yourself, all right, things that you like or don't like, things that you do. Part 2 is where you have to give a speech, 2 minutes. You have 1 minute to prepare. Part 3, the examiner again interviews you, questions about the topic in part 2. Okay, I hope that's clear to everyone. If it is not, please ask me. Now is your chance. So, let's look at I need to bring up another sheet. Hang on just a moment. Okay, I'm hoping you can all see this sheet. Okay. Michael.
Yes.
Hello, Michael. Read me what you can see at the top of the sheet, please. I just want to make sure you can all see the screen.
Ielts speaking test from
Great,
Collins.
thank you. Thank you. All right, that's correct. Thank you, Michael. Okay. All right, everyone. So what we're going to be doing with the speaking, with these speaking modules I have prepared for you, this one is about people and relationships. So the first thing we're going to do is just look at some vocabulary that it is useful to know when you are talking about people and relationships, okay? So I want you to be familiar with these words. So again, another short test. Please look at these words and these definitions, okay? And match the words with the correct definition. Right. I will do these one by one, okay, with you. So like I say, we are learning these words, we are learning this vocabulary because this is the sort of vocabulary you will need to use when you are doing the topic about people and relationships. So, Zung Ha. Zung Ha.
Yes.
Okay, Zung Ha. Number one, please. What is the word?
I think
What is the word? Can you read me the word, please, Zung Ha?
ambitious.
Okay, the word is ambitious, everyone. Ambitious is how it's pronounced. Thank you, Zung Ha. What is the definition of ambitious, Zung Ha? Can you read it for me?
I think it will be
What do you think? While you are looking at that, Zung Ha, okay, I'll just let everyone know which one they are going to be doing so you can start looking at the list now, okay? Michael,
Yep.
you are number two, okay? Tang, hello, Tang. Disappeared again. Okay, Tone.
Yeah.
Okay, Tone, you are number, actually, I'll just check if Zhang is, Tang, oh, Tang, you are there. All right, Tang, you are number three, okay?
Okay.
Tone, you are four.
Okay.
Okay, Duknia, you are five. Can you hear me, Duknia?
Yes.
Okay, you are number five,
Yeah.
okay?
Okay.
Tuklin, you will be six.
Yes.
Okay, Chozhang, you are seven.
Yes.
Okay, Hakan.
Yeah.
Hello, Hakan, you are number eight, okay? All right, Zung Ha.
yes.
Okay, ambitious, Zung Ha. What does it mean? What is the definition?
A strong desire to be rich and successful.
is correct. Okay, so everyone, ambitious. Number one, the correct definition is I, a strong desire to be rich and successful. Okay, that's what ambitious means. Michael, number two.
So I think plants is like easily offended or easily irritated by things.
No, Michael, no. Have another try. Not that one.
Let me guess.
Have a guess. Okay, I'll come back to you in a moment, Michael. Okay, come back to you in a moment. Tongue, tongue.
Yeah.
Number three, please. Can you read the word? Can you
Clever
read the word and the definition?
Yeah, so clever is intelligent and able to understand things easily.
Okay, good. Clever is intelligent and able to understand things easily. So clever is A. Okay, Michael, blunt.
So I think blunt is G.
Blunt is G. Too quick to criticize people. No.
I don't really know the meaning of blunts.
You don't know the meaning of blunt. Okay. This might be a word that's unfamiliar to you. Blunt, everyone, is D. Okay. Saying exactly what you think without being polite. Someone who is blunt isn't very polite. They say exactly what they think. All right. Without the phrase in English is an idiomatic phrase in English is beating about the bush, which means some people, they don't want to criticize someone directly, so they talk around the subject. In English, the idiomatic phrase for that is called beating around the bush. Maybe you have something in Vietnamese which is similar. But basically, someone who is blunt says exactly what they are thinking without being polite. Does that make sense, Michael?
I see. Oh, I thought at the first it's like something easily to get broken.
Easily to get broken. Yeah, no. By the way, blunt has two meanings, like many English words. The other meaning for blunt is it's the opposite of sharp. When you are talking about, for example, a knife. So a knife that is sharp can cut things very easily. But a knife that is blunt cannot cut things easily. It means it's not sharp. So blunt is the opposite of sharp when you are talking about something like a knife.
I see.
Okay, but a blunt person says exactly what they mean without being polite. So everyone, blunt is D, is the correct one. Okay, where did we get up to? Tone, number 4. Tone.
Number 4 is M, ability to have original ideas.
Is correct. Creative is an ability to have original ideas. Creative is M. Number 5, Duk Nia.
5 is O, fun to be with because you say it and do interesting things.
Okay, good fun. Good fun means fun to be with because you say and do interesting things is correct. Okay, number 6, please. Tuk Lin.
Number 6 is C, putting a lot of effort into your work.
Okay, these ones aren't so hard. Hardworking means putting a lot of effort into your work. All right, Cho Zhang, number 7.
Number 7 is N.
Can you read it for me, please?
The number 7 is N. Easily irritated by things.
Easily irritated by things. Is that correct? Let me just have a very quick look. I think number 7, which is impatient. Let me see. No, I'm going to say no. Looking at all the definitions, Cho Zhang, I'm going to say no for this one. Can you try again, please? Impatient, impatient, which is the opposite of patient, of course. All right, patient means you are willing to take time when you are doing something. So what do you think impatient might be, Cho Zhang?
It means that they're not persistent.
Okay, which letter is that? What is the letter that is closest to that? Can you guess, Cho Zhang?
No.
No, I think I'm just quickly looking at some of the other definitions for the other words. Maybe your original answer is correct, Cho Zhang, but it's not really what I would think impatient means. So you said impatient means easily irritated by things. Impatient, everyone, just normally means you are in a hurry to do something. Okay, you are always in a rush. You don't want to wait for anything. But I guess N is the next best thing, so we will go with N. Okay, thank you, Cho Zhang. By the way, Zung Ha.
Yes.
Okay, Zung Ha, number 9 is your next one, all right?
Okay.
Okay, number 9 is your next one. Michael, you are 10, okay?
Okay.
Hung, you are 11. Hello, Tang.
Okay.
Okay, Tone, you are 12.
Okay.
All right. Duk Nia, 13. Can you hear me, Duk Nia?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, 13. Tuk Lin,
Yes.
you are 14.
Yes.
Okay. And Cho Zhang, you are 15. 15. All right. Hakan, number 8.
8, I think is G.
And can you read the words, please, Hakan?
Judgmental. I think it's G.
Yeah, and can you read G?
Too quick to criticize people.
Is correct. Okay, everyone, judgmental means you are too quick to criticize people. You judge people very fast, too quickly, perhaps. Someone who is judgmental is too quick to criticize people. All right, Zung Ha, number 9.
I think is L. Interested in things that aren't your business.
Yes. Okay. Can you read the word for number 9, please? I just need to check your pronunciation. Zung Ha.
Interest in things that aren't your business.
That's right. And what is the word? What is the word?
Nosy.
Correct. Nosy. Nosy is correct. Interested in things that aren't your business. It comes from the word, this word, nose. all right, means you are putting your nose into other people's business, okay? Maybe that it is nothing to do with you. So someone who is nosy, all right, wants to find out what other people are doing, and maybe they shouldn't. All right, number 10, Michael.
Number 10, I think, is G.
Okay, can you read all of it, please? Can you
Uh,
read the word for number 10 and the definition?
Open-minded.
Mhm.
It means like very friendly, likes meeting and talking to people.
I don't think so. No, I can see the definition for open-minded somewhere else. Okay, while you were thinking about that, okay, I'll come back to you. Tongue, 11, please.
11 is J. Very
Can
friendly,
you,
likes
okay,
meeting and talking to people.
good. And what is the word tongue? Can you read number 11? What is outgoing? And sorry, outgoing means tongue. Can you read it again, please?
It is very friendly, likes meeting and talking to people.
Okay, that is correct. Someone who is outgoing is very friendly, likes meeting and talking to people. Okay, so Michael, open-minded.
Wow.
Open-minded.
Oh my God.
Someone who has an open mind.
Let me think. Is this like intelligence and able to understand things easily?
No. Okay, I'll come back to you again. All right. All right. Tone. 12.
Oversensitive is
Yep.
Easily offended.
Is correct. Oversensitive is easily offended, everyone. K. So oversensitive is K, easily offended. Duknia, 13.
Reliable is E, can be trusted to work well.
Is correct. Reliable means you can be trusted to work well. All right. Tuklin, 14.
Self assured.
Close. It's pronounced self-assured. Assured.
Assured.
Yes, self-assured. Self-assured. Yeah.
Self-assured is having a confidence in your own abilities.
Is correct. Yeah, someone who is self-assured means they have confidence in their own abilities. They are sure of themselves. They are self-assured. All right. And number 15, Cho Zhang.
Stingy is unwilling to spend money.
Is correct. But the word is pronounced stingy. Stingy. Okay. I know it looks like sting. I know. But it is actually pronounced stingy. Can you say that, please, Cho Zhang?
Stingy.
Stingy. Very good. Stingy. Stingy is someone who doesn't like to spend any money. All right. Michael.
Yeah, I think it's B.
You are correct. Okay. Someone who was open-minded. Yeah. Is the only one left. That's right. Okay, that wasn't very hard in the end. Someone who is open-minded means you're willing to listen to other people's ideas and suggestions. Okay, means you have an open mind. Someone who has a closed mind, by the way, of course, is the opposite. All right, so these words, and this is why we're spending a little bit of time on them, because these words are what you are going to be using in a talk you're going to be giving me next lesson. We probably won't have time this lesson, but next lesson, we're going to be using these words. So once again, just very quickly, ambitious, all right? Ambitious is someone who has a strong desire to be rich and successful. Blunt means to say exactly what you think without being polite. I'm sure you have a word in Vietnamese for this. Blunt is someone who speaks exactly what they are thinking, okay, without any filter. Clever, all right? That's fairly obvious. You know what clever means. You know what creative means. You know what good fun means. You know what hardworking means. Someone who is impatient, yeah, I'm not sure I agree 100% with their definition, but usually someone who is impatient means they are in a rush. They want to do things in a hurry. They are not prepared to wait. Judgmental is someone who is quick to criticize people, quick to judge people, nosy, okay, interested in things that aren't your business, open-minded, as Michael has just told us, you are willing to listen to other people, outgoing, okay, you are very friendly, oversensitive, means you are easily offended. Reliable, you know what that means. Self-assured means you are very confident. And finally, stingy. Stingy means you don't like to spend money. I'm sure there is a word for that in Vietnamese too. All right. Now, very quickly going through this, I'll start with you, Tung. We're going to look at which of these are positive adjectives and which do you think are negative? Okay, so Tung, ambitious.
Ambitious is positive.
Yeah, actually, that's an interesting one. Ambitious can be negative. Yes, I would say yes to positive, can also be negative, because ambitious sometimes can make you selfish, okay, and not think about other people, just think about yourself, because you want to be rich and successful. So maybe you push other people out of the way. So I think ambitious can be both. What do you think of that, Tung?
Yeah, I think it's 50-50.
Yeah, 50-50. You are right. Okay, good use of idiom, by the way, Tung too. 50-50, okay, means can be either one. Something that is 50-50 means can be either positive or negative. All right. Tone.
Yeah,
Blunt, positive or negative?
negative.
Yeah, I think it is negative. To just say what you are thinking without being polite, I think is negative, because you can offend or upset people. Okay, I think blunt is negative. Tuknia, clever.
Yes. Positive.
Positive. Yeah, I think it's positive. Creative. Tuklin.
Is positive.
Yeah. Good fun. Chojang. Chojang
Is positive.
is positive. Yeah, good fun obviously is positive. Hakan. Hardworking.
Positive?
Of course. Zungha. Impatient.
Negative.
Yes. Okay. Judgmental, Michael.
Judgmental, I'm thinking
Yeah.
is negative.
Correct. Tongue, nosy. Nosy.
Nosy, it is, I think it's negative.
Correct. It is negative. Nosy means interested in what other people are doing when it is nothing to do with you. Okay, so nosy is very definitely negative. Open-minded, Tone.
Open-minded is positive.
Okay, outgoing. Outgoing, Duknia.
Thing is positive.
Okay, oversensitive. Interesting one. Tuklin, oversensitive.
I think it's negative.
Yeah, I think overall it's negative, okay? Means you are too easily irritated or too easily offended by other people. Okay, so I think it is a negative. It's more negative than positive. Okay, reliable, Cho Zhang.
I think it's positive.
It is, okay? Everyone likes someone who is reliable, means you can trust them. self-assured, self-assured, Hakan.
Oh, I think it is
Self-assured.
negative.
I think it's positive. If you are self-assured, I think it just means you are confident.
Oh,
You
yeah,
are
I think it's
confident.
positive.
Yeah, it's positive. The the negative side of being self-assured would be if you are too confident. And the synonym for that is arrogant. Some of you might have heard this word, arrogant. Arrogant means you are too confident. Okay, and that you are too confident that you are better than other people. All right, but self-assured just means you are confident in yourself. Okay, you think I can do this, as what self-assured means. And the last one, Zung Ha, stingy.
Negative.
Of course, stingy, I think is a negative, means you don't like to spend money. Mind you, you could say, Zung Ha, maybe that is a positive sometimes. If you don't want to spend money, okay, maybe that's positive, means you will save money. But generally stingy, someone who is stingy is viewed as being negative. Okay. So here is a tip for when you do an exam about this. If you use a character adjective to describe someone or yourself, you should expand on it or explain it. For example, she's really outgoing. She's always going out with friends and colleagues. Okay, so you are asked to describe someone and you need to give an example of what you mean. This will show the examiner or anyone who is listening that you understand exactly what the word means. All right, so this is a good exam tip to remember. When you use an adjective to describe someone, give an example. Here's another one. He's not very reliable. If I message him, he often doesn't reply. Okay, so again, an example of someone not being reliable. Okay, what I'm going to do now is very quickly ask you to give me 3 adjectives describing yourself. All right, please choose 3 adjectives from this list, okay, describing yourself, or, because I know none of you are going to choose negative adjectives, or someone you know. All right, I want you to give me 3 adjectives from this list to describe either yourself or someone you know, and give me some examples, please. All right, Michael, I'm going to start with you, okay? So I'll just give you a minute to think about this, okay, Michael?
Okay.
Okay, just give you a minute to think about. So Michael, then tongue, then tone, then Duknia, Tuklin, Chojang, Hakan, Zung Ha. Okay, Michael.
Yes.
Okay. Can you start off, Michael, if you are talking about yourself, start off using one of these phrases, okay, which both mean the same thing. Just one is more formal than the other. I consider myself to be creative, okay, because I'm always thinking of new things to do. Okay, that would be an example. Or I think I'm is the informal way of saying it. Okay, Michael?
That is what I was about to say.
Hello, Michael.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Can you hear
The
me?
book is what I was about to say.
Sorry, Michael, I couldn't hear you then.
Okay. I consider myself to be creative because The ideas in my brain always burst out every time I think.
Great. Okay, next one.
So I think I'm a hardworking man because every time I got home from school, I immediately opens my homework and finish it up.
Good. Okay, every time I get home from school. Okay, I open my homework and finish it. Okay, that's good, Michael. One more.
So I consider myself to be a reliable man because every time someone asks me to do them a favor, I finish it in the correct amount of time and with uh with the best efficient, like the highest efficient.
Okay, all right. Your explanation is a little bit too long, Mike. Okay, so you just say, I consider myself reliable because when someone asks me to do something, I will always help them. All right,
I see.
that's all you need to say. Okay, I consider myself reliable. You don't need to say I'm a reliable man. You just say I'm reliable. All right. I consider myself reliable because if someone asks me to help them, I will always do it. All right. Thank you, Michael. Okay. Tongue.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Tongue. 3 adjectives, please, for you or for someone else.
Okay, so I think I am outgoing because I can make friends through just a small talk. Yeah. And I
Okay.
consider myself to be ambitious and hardworking because once I like something, I have ambitious to have that, and I will be hardworking to achieve that.
Okay. You will be hardworking to achieve that. Just give me your reason again for ambitious. What was your reason again? I'm just checking your English.
Ambitious.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You think you are ambitious because
like when I see something, I like it, and I really wanted it. I really wanted it, so I work hard for it.
okay, so the way you should put it, just change the words around slightly. I think I'm ambitious because when I see something that I like, okay, I'm willing to work hard for it. Is that what you were trying to say, Tung? Is that correct?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so that's the way you say it. So I'm ambitious because if I see something that I like, I'm willing to work hard for it. I'm willing to work hard to get it.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Tung. Tone.
My friend is very clever. She does a lot of hard math. My sister is very creative. She always has a lot of interesting ideas. My brother is very judgmental. He always judge like strange people on the street.
Okay, that's good. So the first one, I think you said do's. All right. I think you said do's. The word, of course, should be pronounced does. Yeah, should be pronounced does. All right. And just the last one about your brother. Your brother is judgmental because
He often judges people on the street.
he often judges people on the street, did you say?
Yeah.
Okay. He often judges people on the street. He's judgmental. You would have to say, just give a little bit more detail. He's judgmental because he judges people on the street. You would say he is judgmental because he looks at people on the street and he criticizes their appearance, or he criticizes the way they look. Does that make sense, Tone?
Yes.
Okay, so that's how you need to explain judgmental.
Okay.
He is judgmental because he looks at people on the street and judges or criticizes their clothes or the way they look. So you have to give an example of what makes him judgmental.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Tone. Duknia, 3 adjectives, please.
I'm oversensitive because I tend to be really sad when someone like criticize me, like a teacher criticize me or something.
Okay,
tend
good,
to-
good.
Yeah.
Okay, so remember to use the words like, I think I'm oversensitive. Okay, or I
Okay.
consider myself to be. Okay, next one. Number 2.
I think I'm reliable because in a group work, I usually be the first one to submit my part of work, and yeah, I
Okay,
usually the first one to submit my part of work.
okay, I'm reliable because in group work, I'm usually the first to submit my part of the work.
Yeah.
I'm usually the first to submit my part of the work. Okay, good. Number 3. Number 3.
I consider myself as creative because a lot of like what do I say? A lot of ideas tend to comes up to my mind when I started to say, and it's really messed me up. But yeah, it's
Okay.
creative.
Okay, I'm creative because a lot of ideas come into my mind. All right, come into my mind. So you use present tense for that. All right, Duknia?
All right.
I think I'm creative because a lot of ideas come into my mind, is how you say that. All right, that's good, Duknia. Thank you. Tuklin.
Yes.
Okay, your turn, Tuklin.
Yes. I think I'm a reliable person because I always willing to listen to my friend's story and give them some advice.
Good.
And I think I am not a impatient person because I hate doing something in hurry, and I am always careful when doing anything.
Okay, I don't like doing things in a hurry. A hurry. Okay, need to have the I don't like doing things in a hurry.
How can you
Okay.
spell it? I don't know
Yeah,
this word.
Yeah, the word yeah. Yeah,
A-R-E?
no, A. I don't like doing things in a hurry. Okay, you said I don't like doing things in hurry. Okay, you need to say
Yes.
a hurry.
Yes.
Does that make sense? You want me to write it for you?
Yeah, you need to, can you write for me? I don't
Okay,
think
sure.
about this word.
Okay, no, this is easy. All right. All right, I'll show you.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay, I'll put it in chat quickly. Okay, can you see that, Tuklin?
I haven't seen that yet.
Okay, why can't I see? Oh, I think I know why. All right.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, okay. I don't
Oh.
like doing things in a hurry. A hurry.
Yes.
Okay, so, and number 3, did you give me 3?
I think I'm a outgoing person because I love meeting everyone and talking to the new person, make new
Okay.
friends. Yes.
Okay, I think I like talking to new people. I like talking to new people,
Yes.
not new person.
Okay,
I
that's
like talking to
fine.
new people. Okay, very good. That's the good. Rest of that was fine. Thank you, Tuklin. All right, just a couple more of these. Cho Zhang. Hello, Cho Zhang.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Cho Zhang, your 3 adjectives, please.
My 3 adjectives is stingy, reliable, and impatient.
Okay, so you say, I consider myself to be. Can you say that, please, Cho Zhang?
Yes. So
I consider myself.
I consider myself to be reliable because people, especially my friends, tend to share their problems or secret things with me.
Okay.
The next one is
I think I'm
I think I'm impatient because I always hurry everybody and also feel grumpy when I have to wait someone.
okay. I feel grumpy when I have to wait for someone. I feel grumpy
Yes.
when I have to wait for someone. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And number 3.
My old friend is stingy because she had never split money when we eat outside.
Okay. I have friends like that too. Okay, Cho Zhang. My friend is stingy because she never spend money when we eat outside. Okay, that's good, Cho Zhang. Good English. Very good. All right, just 2 more of these to go. So just be patient, everyone. Thank you. Hakan.
No.
Okay, Hakan, your 3, please.
So I will describe my father, who is a hardworking pupil. Okay, the first one.
Okay, hardworking person. He's a hardworking
Oh, yeah,
person.
person. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I still remember when I was sick and he has he had to work very much to achieve money to buy medicine for me.
Okay,
And,
had to work very hard.
I had to work very
hard to get medicine. Okay, number 2.
In addition, he is also a clever person too. When I have difficulty in studying, he always gives me a creative solution with views to help me to help me cultivate my academic performance.
Okay, good. Good use of the word cultivate. That's good. Okay, number 3. Hello, Hakan. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I have said before, creative.
So creative. Sorry, you're using creative. So what are the 3? One is hardworking. One is
hardworking, clever, and creative.
And clever and creative. Okay, thank you. That's good. All right, and the last one for this afternoon, Putan. Sorry, Zhongha.
Yes. So I consider myself to be open-minded because I really like to listen to people's story or their ideas, sessions.
Yep. Yes.
But sometimes I can also very oversensitive because I can overthinking about just one word you say precise about me.
Okay.
Or sometimes it's just saying without thinking. And finally, I think I am reliable because because I can be trusted to do work well, and and if we work in a team, I can be the leader.
Okay, that's good. Very good. Thank you, Zung Ha. Your English was very good. Okay, everyone. So we are at the end of the lesson for today. Can you all turn your cameras on, please, so I can see you? Zung Ha.
Yes.
Yeah, Zung Ha. So the only thing I would say with that, you gave good English and good reasons, but your reasons for this, they can be shorter. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So, for example, the last one you said, I am reliable because I can be trusted to do things well. All right. So, and that's all you need to say. You don't need to say anything else. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, you can if you want, of course. But remember, if you're doing this in an exam, you just you don't need to take too much time. So you just give one adjective and then one reason. Okay. I think I'm reliable because I can be trusted to do things well. All right. I think I'm stingy because I don't like spending money. Okay. All right. So you just give one reason. I hope that makes sense to everyone. All right. Zung Ha. Zung Ha.
Yes.
Okay, Zung Ha, can you just stay behind for a little bit, please?
Okay, goodbye everyone.
Okay, Zung Ha.
Dương Hà ở lại đây hỏi con nhé. Ok con.
All right, thank you, Zung Ha. Okay, everyone.
Chào con.
Yeah, that's the end of the
goodbye.
lesson for today. Thank you, Mrs. Ha. Thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I hope you all have a good week. Okay, and thank you for paying attention as always. So look after yourselves and be happy. Okay, all right, and I'll see you next week. Okay,
Goodbye,
bye.
Mr. Rick.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye. Cô chào
Bye.
con.
Okay,
Rồi, Dương
Zung
Hà.
Ha.
Okay, we start. Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
all right, Zung Ha. All right, sorry, I just have some quick questions to ask you. Okay, Zung Ha. So first question is, are these lessons suitable for you? Are you enjoying the lessons?
Yes, I really enjoy.
Okay, good. Good. Okay. Is there anything that you want to learn that we are not studying so far? Can you think of anything?
Because sometimes I want to focus more. I want to focus more on reading, but Miss had already do it for me.
Okay, sorry, Zung Ha, the connection is not very good. I hope you can hear me. So obviously with these classes, the emphasis, of course, is on writing and speaking. All right, so we don't do much reading. I think if you want to improve your reading, I'm sure Mrs. Ha has mentioned this to you, you need to read books in your own time. Is the best way to improve your English reading. If, Zung Ha, you come across some phrase or word you are not sure about, please ask me, okay? Sorry, Zung Ha, can you still hear me?
Okay.
I know the connection.
Okay, yes. Yeah.
Can you still hear me, Zung Ha?
Yes, I can. Yes,
Okay.
Cái mạng của con nó kém quá đúng không? Cái mạng nó hơi kém đúng không?
Vâng. Dạ,
Okay. Yes.
Okay,
Oh,
and
the
the
signal
last
is
thing,
a little bit weak.
yeah, the signal's a little bit weak. So the last thing, Zung Ha, I just want to remind you, so I enjoy having you in the class. Okay, Zung Ha, you are a good student. And I appreciate you joining this class. So I just remember that when yeah, I want you to feel free. I want you to feel welcome, okay? And I want you to feel free to ask me any question at any time, all right? So I want you to think of Mrs. Ha and me are a little bit like your second family, okay? We are your English-speaking family, all right? So please, if you have any questions that we can help you with, please ask us.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
All right. Thank you, Zung Ha. So have a good week. I will see you next week.
Goodbye. Have a good
Okay.
weekend.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Zung
Thank
Ha.
you.
Bye.